Hello YouTube, Jedimon2005 here with a review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Shell figures. So these go with the new line, with the new show. And however, we've done figures like these before. I'm not sure if the 2003 line had them since I really didn't collect them then. But the original line back in the late 80s, early 90s, did have a line like this. They called them the Storage Shell Turtles, where basically they did just that. These battle shells, their shells open up and they have weapons inside, and that's what the Storage Shells did. I wish I had them handy to compare, but they are with my other 100 or so Turtles figures in a big Tupperware tote in individual Ziploc bags because I'm OCD. But in any case, those were some of my favorites because those actually had red and orange belts, depending on which turtle it was, or blue, and they were pretty neat. The shells open, they had all kind of cool weapons you could store in there, and that's what these do. Their packaging, if I can pull it in, so that's Leonardo. We'll grab him. They're all the same. I don't think I'm gonna show them all. Just like you saw at Stealth Tech, that the little name down the side, Battle Shell. Shell opens for storage, right? Storage shell. Leonardo, right? Just the name there on the color. On the back, we have a little window that lets you, it comes in the packaging open so you can see what kind is in there. It says the turtles are shelled and ready. It's a little paragraph up here. Carrying their engine arsenals in their indestructible battle shells. These turtle teens have got any mutant monster they may meet already beat. As rhyming is fun. Pop open their protective shells for a weaponized surprise. Swap out and store accessories for battle attacks. These turtles are ready for battle. So this is showing you that Leo comes with 2 throwing knives and 2 shuriken in his shell, obviously, as well as a katana. And then the other figures in the line that they're showing you the 4 battle shells: Splinter April, Metalhead, and Leatherhead. Those are on the good guy side. On the bad guy side, we see New Shredder, indicated by his cape. Mousers, Dog Pound, Fish Face, Cockroach Terminator, Rat King, Spider Bites, and Krang. So all of those figures have been reviewed on this channel at one point. So if you want to see that, sure, go ahead. Check out the other turtle reviews I got. So let's just take a look at the back, see what they're telling us they got. So Donnie, 2 shuriken, and a 3-section staff. So these are a lot of the weapons that the first wave of turtles had, except a little, downsized. 2 shuriken. Now instead of the Kusarigama, they just gave him a sickle and a chain. It's not the whole full weapon to try and fit in his shell. Donnie's 3-section staff is folded up as opposed to being spread out. And then Raph has the 2 half-size and the 2 shuriken. The paragraph's the same, everything else is the same, it just has a different turtle featured on the package. So let's go ahead, we'll start with Raph, my good buddy over here. Here he is. Now you'll notice, if you saw the original figures that came out, they were a bit thicker, bulkier. These are a little slimmed down. Same height, just a little, slimmed down. They did some exercise and went on Biggest Loser, lost some weight, met with Jillian, and this is the result here. I don't know why I carried that joke that far. I'm very sorry. They got real excited. They met Allison Sweeney. They're big daytime soap fans. I kept carrying it even further. So we see the cartoon face look. Right here's Raph, his shell, and again, all their shells are going to be uniquely, marked up, just like the other turtles we've seen. All of his accoutrements, his little pads on the. I said accoutrements, the big word. I'm sorry. On the back, his size. I've already put them in the holders. They fit very snugly in there, which I really like. And just slide all the way in. The bandana, and then now for the piece de resistance. The shell opens. And I actually have not pulled these out. So the half size, right, they kind of look like this. And you just pull them out. Okay. And then we see back here even further the shuriken. Right, so they look like that. And we just put it all right back in the shell. And it all fits very nice and neat. And just kind of stacks upon itself in there. Like this. And we close it and it fits very snugly. Articulation-wise, we've got his head, right? The arms have his shoulder out this way, and then the up and down. There's a twist at the elbow, as well as an actual elbow joint. And then individual wrist. So a bunch of articulation in the arms. The legs, they just go forward and back. They don't really go out. They do swivel. And then there is a knee joint and a swivel down here. Okay, so, and let's differentiate them. Let's put them in, the weapons. Let's put the weapons in his hand. Go ahead, that way we'll know. Hey, look, we did this guy already. So, Raph size, we'll hold the size, and we'll move on to Mikey, my personal favorite. Alright, so Raph and he holds them out very far because he's just that angry. He wants to stab you from a distance. And then not stand. There we go. Okay, so Mikey, right, he's very excited. He loves this whole battle shell idea. Look at that grin. That is, oh, that's a shit-eating grin if I ever saw one. And this is actually how he came out the box. I didn't put his arms this way, I swear. This is how he was in the packaging. And I left it. We can see, again, the individual coloring as well as the shell. Just all the same, other details as Raph. His 2 sets of nunchucks, I put them in here. I found that they didn't put the kind of wear on the hinge or the chain as original Mikey, so I went ahead and kept them in there. Let's go ahead and open him up. Right, here's the sickle and chain, comes out there, right, and then his shuriken. If I can get, they're really far in there, and let's see how to get that out. Whoa, crap! If you just turn it over, they freaking fall out. All right, so. Here's his shuriken, and I love that each turtle has their own different designed shuriken. They're not all, 4 of the same. That it's, you get 8 different ones, so that's pretty cool. So let's see if we can put that back in, right there. I hope that's right. We'll close his shell up. It snapped, so I'm gonna go with it was correct. All right, so Michelangelo, right here, nunchucks at the ready. To attack some evil brains from another dimension. Alright, Mikey is in the house. Alright. So, on to Leonardo. So he's got a more serious battle face on. Not as angry as Raph, but just the battle face. He got the strap across his belt holding up the katana holder. Which it does pop off, like many of the other Leos that we've seen, come out. A little too easy, in my opinion. I would like it to be able to still stay on and not move around so much, but it's not a big deal. All the same articulation as the other 2 turtles we already looked at, just the different detailings. The swords, right? 1 sword, 2 swords. When you open him up, lovely. When I open him up, he's kind of stuck. I'm not sure why. There we go. Okay, so he's got his throwing knife, right? A dagger, right? And then his shuriken that looks like this. Okay, so a couple of different weapons in here, and they stack them really well. I mean, they take full advantage of the space that they have, and that's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm trying not to let the weapons fall on the floor because I don't want some puppies eating it, because they will. Oh, I was trying to put it in the hinge. Okay, so right there, close that bad boy up. So yeah, Leonardo, a great figure. These, I really like these. When I didn't even notice that I pulled them out of the packaging that they were like a smaller, thinner, leaner version of the turtles. And even though like the thick kind of feel to them, heavier feel is something I liked about the first wave. I do, these came out nice too. I really wasn't expecting a thinner version of the turtles to be this well done. So, because you get a lot of action figures these days that they feel cheap. And those original turtles were kind of thick, and so they felt, heavy duty, kind of well made, like the toys of the past, if you will. Not to be like old is better, or, nothing beats the original. But these are thinner, and they still feel like they're not going to fall apart in my hand, so that's good. And lastly, Donnie with his light greenness. Again, he's got another strap just like Leo to hold up his bow holder. His bow staff is redundant. Anyone who doesn't know that, some martial arts knowledge imparted upon you. So here's his staff, right? The same staff we've seen before. Right? Nothing special about it. It's a piece of wood, and there's the holder. It slides right into. And they all have, again, the same articulation like I mentioned with Leo. So nothing special there. When I open him up, he's got this 3-section staff, right? So that's pretty cool. It doesn't really move too much, and I really wouldn't chance trying to move it too far because I don't really know how strong the little thin plastic is, and I wouldn't want to snap it. And then Donnie's shuriken looks something like this. Right? So that's pretty neat. We got that going for him. And then the 3 sections. It fits rather nicely in there. I think it kind of fit in a lot easier than Leo and Mikey and the other one's weapons did. So that's pretty good. We'll go ahead. We'll do a one-handed pose. You know, we always do 2-handed staff poses with Donnie. We'll just let him hold his stick down like he's ready and waiting. Right. Kind of out to the side. Kind of come and get me. And even he's got a bit of a fierce face on. Mikey's laughing. They're all like, let's get ready for action. Mikey's like, whatever, dude, let's get some pizza. But then again, that's Mikey. So, yeah, these are really fun figures. I like them. I like kind of that gimmick of the battle shell. And also just, it makes it easy to store their gear. And they give these guys all these little weapons, little tiny shuriken and tiny throwing knives and crap. And those can get lost so easily that I love the fact that I can just open his shell, toss it in there, and it all fits snugly, and close it up, and I don't have to worry about losing it. That's always a good feeling when I'm not going to lose their toys, their little accessories. So yeah, I can definitely say pick these up if you find them. If you don't have regular turtles already, they're and you want some, these are actually good ones to pick up. They do look more like the cartoon than the originals, and you can store their weapons easy. If you already have the originals, these will go great with them. Have more turtles, more action, more fun. So yeah, there's not much really else to say. Just looking forward to getting some more figures when they come out. So until next time, check out the podcast, RidersRangersRainbows.com, bringing the latest token news in the craziest way possible, and some fun Turtles discussions. More of that coming soon. And as always, thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.